naturally.
Which causes the most fatalities on average per year? Tornadoes, lightning, floods, hurricanes. It's floods. Find out why they're underestimated all next week on Storm Stories. Discover their surprising power. Encounter their devastating speed.
We need to get the mother and the child in the basket now.
Watch a special week of Storm Stories and see for yourself Flood Week, starting Monday at 8 p.m. only on the Weather Channel.
If you think modern hair transplants don't look natural, think again.
Can you believe it? This used to be me.
This picture speaks for itself.
Before, after.
If you want to do something about your hair loss, there's never been a better time to call Bosley for this free information package. Inside, you'll discover how Bosley moves hair from the back of your head to fill in the balding areas.
It's not a hairpiece, it's my own naturally growing hair.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration practice. Utilizing advanced hair transplant techniques, our highly skilled and dedicated staff pride themselves on providing each and every patient with an unsurpassed level of care, so you can be confident of realizing the right results for you. Picture yourself with hair. Call now or visit our website at bosley.com to find out if Bosley is the right choice for you.
One phone call made all the difference in the world.
It's amazing, isn't it? No hair?
Hair? I don't even recognize this guy.
Bosley, the right people, the right experience, the right results.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here is your local on the 8s.
Currently in your area, 65 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Forecast for your area. Your extended forecast.
Dozens of large wildfires continue to burn out of control in the west, and the dry conditions and extreme heat are making the blazes tough to beat. But as the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's why there's a project underway in Jefferson County, Colorado, to stop fires before they start. KMGH's Lance Hernandez has details.
It looks like it should be in the Terminator 3 movie.
It's called a Timco, and it's like a giant lawnmower for trees.
And this spins at high RPM, driven hydraulically, and you can cut into a tree from the side by combing it, or you can get on top of the tree and it'll mulch its way down.
A Timco can eat a tree in just a few seconds. Without it, it would be nearly impossible to thin out the extra steep, overgrown slopes, putting more property and lives in danger.
If a fire ran through a ponderosa pine stand today on this hillside behind us, it would have probably taken every single tree and just been left with nothing but black sticks.
It's pretty neat, you know, to see such a large machine
that can mulch trees, standing trees, on a steep slope like that.
John and Michelle Halliday want to keep their green trees from turning into black sticks. They've seen fire come within 2 ridge lines of their property before.
Last fire, I was at a convention in Chicago and cut it short and come home because I was just really nervous.
That was KMGH's Lance Hernandez reporting. Now we're going to take a look at weather and your health. And first off, a look at the air quality. Across the eastern part of the country, we do have some ozone alerts and ozone health advisories to pass on for you. In fact, for Columbus, Ohio, an ozone alert, Detroit, ozone alert as well, and into parts of New York State, an ozone health advisory issued for New York and the metro area and up into the lower Hudson Valley as well. Let's zoom into each region because we look at the big picture here. More details as we head down into the regions. Detroit, as mentioned, ozone alert. Same thing for Columbus. We're expecting the air quality to get up into the orange category. That means unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you have asthma or any other respiratory condition, you might want to take it a little bit easy. A good excuse for you not to cut the grass here on your Saturday. Philadelphia up towards New York City and into parts of Connecticut as well. Well, coming up next, your local forecast. Then stay tuned for Weather Center.
Pollen data provided by the following.
Add heat and humidity to unhealthy air and it can be downright dangerous to all of us. But if you have breathing problems like asthma, chronic bronchitis, or even emphysema, this thick and heavy weather can be an even more serious concern. Just in case you didn't know, ozone is one of the most common air pollutants found in smog. It's a health concern during the warmer months because heat and sunlight work to make ozone production possible. When inhaled, it can aggravate the lungs and can cause chest pain, coughing, and shortness of breath. If you continue to breathe in ozone, it may lead to an inflammation of the lining of your lung, reduce your breathing ability, and even more serious respiratory infections. Being aware of the weather and knowing your limits are important safeguards protecting your health. First step, pay attention to heat advisories when the heat and humidity become dangerous. During ozone alerts, stay in air-conditioned areas. Drink plenty of water. If you must be outdoors, stay in the shade and wear light colors to reflect the sun's rays. Also, parents, pay attention to your children. Studies show ozone levels tend to harm kids more than adults because they spend so much time playing outdoors. It's also important to keep a close eye on the elderly. Make sure they're in a cooler environment. Also, if you use an inhaler, make sure to have it with you at all times. Final tip, whenever possible, try to use public transportation, carpool, walk, or ride a bike instead of driving. This will help reduce the amount of air pollution in our environment. For the Weather Channel, I'm Dr. Anna Marie.
For more information about the weather and your health, log on to weather.com.
Peanuts?
Have another.
Get unbelievably low airfares every day. Fly, sleep, drive, cheap.
If you're tired of messy brush piles cluttering your property, the DR Chipper is a fast, easy, and truly effective solution.
The thing I like the most about the DR Chipper is the quality. This is a first-rate, what I would call industrial strength piece of machinery for a private homeowner.
The DR Chipper is a wonderful machine. I can put a 20-foot long tree in it. It'll take the whole thing without bogging down.
It does the job, and that's basically what people are going to put their money up. That's what they want. Something's going to do the job and do a good job, and that's DR.
Try out a DR Chipper on your own property risk-free. Call 1-800-454-6500 for your free DR catalog and video. There's no obligation, so call now to receive big seasonal savings. That's 1-800-454-6500 or visit us online at drchipper.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
You know what happened while you were in the store? Your brand new car just got bombarded with dents. It seems like the world is out to ruin your car. Now you can pop those dents with Popsident, the fast, easy way to make those dents disappear. Just press the special adhesive disc onto the dent, lower the pulling rod onto the disc, turn the handle, and Popsident. Call right now and get the amazing Popsident system with everything you need to fix dozens of dents, just $19.95. Call in the next 15 minutes and we'll send you Popsident Scratch Remover. The exclusive matching formulation blends in with your car's natural color and makes those ugly scratches disappear. We'll also send you a glue gun and glue sticks. A total $40 value, yours free with every Popsident system.
Call 1-800-934-0330 to order Popsident for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. That number again is 1-800-934-0330. 1-800-934-0330.
Which causes the most fatalities on average per year? Tornadoes, lightning, floods, hurricanes. It's floods. Find out why they're underestimated all next week on Storm Stories. Discover their surprising power. Encounter their devastating speed.
Need to get the mother and the child in the basket now.
Watch a special week of Storm Stories and see for yourself Flood Week, starting Monday at 8 p.m. only on the Weather Channel.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
Currently, the temperature is 65 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Forecast for your area. Your extended forecast.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
It's finally the weekend, and the question on everyone's mind is, will it rain for my weekend plans? Well, I have all the answers here on Weather Center. Glad you could join me. I'm Jen Carfagno, and let's show you the weather highlights for your Saturday. We are again looking at the chance for some scattered showers and storms across the west. Scattered activity popping up in the afternoon. Across the upper Midwest, here we could see some thunderstorms. We will talk about that, and we will talk about the chance for some wet weather in the southeast and some nice weather for some other folks. But first, let's start off in the west, because the heat, the drought, and the fire danger has continued to be a big story out here in the west. Here's a look at where we have active large fires here across the west. More than, I think it was 53 reports at last count. So far this year, since 2003, the beginning of 2003, more than 1.5 million acres burned. And if you go back to 2002, over 3.75 million acres burned. In fact, looking at the latest reports, just saw there was a new fire reported in Oklahoma, just near Boston Pool. So a very, very active time of it. The rain is helping, but unfortunately there's still a lot of heat. There's still a lot of dry conditions, and some places just aren't getting any rain. We're just getting the lightning that is setting off more fires. Let's look at where we were on Friday. A lot of warm temperatures still. Phoenix again sizzling with 108. A lot of heat here across the Front Range of the Rockies. And of course, we had a number of record high temperatures again here on your Friday. Looking at some of them here, the winner was South Dakota, 115. The high temperature on record for this state. Records reported from South Dakota, Nebraska, back into Colorado and Utah, and a couple of other records here all the way out into Hawaii. We saw 2 record temperatures, 92 in Honolulu and a warm 89 degrees for Hilo. Well, back to the west, we have some clouds and a few scattered showers left, but otherwise most of the scattered shower activity has really quieted down, as is very typical. But again, on Saturday, we will see the afternoon showers and storms pop up. Still lingering the chance for some scattered showers here into southern Montana, back down into northeastern parts of Wyoming. As we look at your Saturday forecast, again, scattered showers and storms, a possibility from Casper back down into Denver, Albuquerque, the chance for some scattered showers as well. Looking dry, though, in Phoenix, and dry and beautiful here up into Seattle, 80 degrees, 85 for you in Portland. And your Sunday forecast, you see some warmer temperatures begin to build again into the interior parts of the Northwest. 98 your expected high temperature in Boise. Now, we've been talking about all of the heat in the west. In the east, it has been such a different story. So far, officially now at the airport, Atlanta, Georgia has only had 1 day above 90 degrees. In New York, only 2 days. Chicago, only 2 days. And Detroit and Boston were on par here with only 2 and 3 days. And in Atlanta, your average temperature this time of year is 90. So we should be seeing temperatures 90 degrees and above, but we certainly have not. Chicago, a beautiful 83 degrees on your Friday. Now, as we look at the latest situation here across the Midwest, we have some clouds moving in, and we do have some thunderstorms rolling across Lake Michigan into western parts of Michigan. We could see some showers here over the next couple of hours, especially across western and northern lower Michigan. Back across northern Wisconsin into Minnesota, here too into the morning hours, you could see some storms develop as well. And as we head throughout the day, some of them could be on the stronger side, even possibly severe. We'll keep you posted on that as we head throughout the day, but we're especially watching from Minneapolis back down towards Omaha. And Omaha will be looking at a warm day with temperatures into the mid-90s. Now let's look ahead into your Saturday and Sunday forecast across parts of Michigan. We could see some storms moving on here on Sunday, scattered thunderstorms for Chicago as well, and back across the plains, Omaha, even back towards Denver, we'll see the chance for some scattered showers and storms. Well, we'll change stories here and head to the southeast. If you've been following our tropical activity, Tropical Depression 7 here, now located about 25 miles to the east-southeast of Brunswick. The wind's around 35 miles an hour, and it is moving off towards the north-northwest, 9 miles an hour. The movement has slowed down slightly, but we are expecting to see it move inland here throughout the morning hours. The main concern with the storm will be the rain. The wind's not a large concern, but the rain continuing to come down here into parts of southeastern South Carolina, around Beaufort, and back down towards Hilton Head. Savannah seeing some light rain at this time as well. Now, off and on, the rain has been heavier at times, and we could see more than 3 inches here through the morning hours on Saturday in some very localized spots. Places where we certainly don't need any more rain, where we've had a couple of inches, in fact, on the order of 3-4 inches of rain over the last 2 days. Now, if you're heading to Hilton Head for the weekend, well, Saturday is going to be a wet one, a good day to take in a movie, perhaps. We are expecting thunderstorms in the forecast. And elsewhere across the southeast, could see some scattered showers around Florida throughout the afternoon hours and into southeastern Georgia as well. But it's going to be dry in Memphis and Tulsa, and a warm one in Dallas with 96 degrees for your Saturday. Your Sunday, a little more moisture into Atlanta, the chance for an isolated thunderstorm here, 89 degrees. Well, as we take you up to the northeast, we'll talk about what's in store for the weekend. We have a front moving through the Midwest that will touch off a few scattered showers and storms as we head throughout the early part of the weekend, and then later part of the weekend moving into the northeast. There's 2 scenarios here with this front. One, the front could move across the northeast and be very progressive, move on out. The second scenario is the one we're worried about. If that front gets stalled out here across the plains and back into the Midwest and Ohio Valley, here we could see more showers and storms and the potential for some flooding because of the saturated ground here across this region. Now, as we head you back into the northeast, lots of clear skies at this time. We see some clouds moving into parts of upstate New York, some very high clouds. Won't be a concern here for your Saturday forecast, we're looking at temperatures along the eastern seaboard into the low to mid 90s, and then 89 in Pittsburgh, 85 in Buffalo. Going to be a very nice day in Detroit, 88 degrees with a nice breeze. If you're heading out to the Yankees and Red Sox game at 90 degrees, it's going to be a warm afternoon here for your Saturday. As we look ahead to the rest of your forecast here into parts of the West, we'll take you coming up soon.
They called us the angels of technology because we work so far up in the heavens.
Here on the plains rises a marvel of engineering, a giant radio antenna built to make coast-to-coast walkie-talkies possible. It's the tallest structure in the world.
The engineering is incredibly complex. I mean, the tower is over 400,000 feet tall.
To be a part of something that can be seen from space, well, you can't help but feel a little bit proud.
No, that's not how we did it. Introducing Nextel's coast-to-coast walkie-talkie. Now that's a walkie-talkie.
If you're tired of messy brush piles cluttering your property, the DR Chipper is a fast, easy, and truly effective solution.
The thing I like the most about the DR Chipper is the quality. This is a first-rate, what I would call industrial strength piece of machinery for a private homeowner.
The DR Chipper is a wonderful machine. I can put a 20-foot long tree in it. It'll take the whole thing without bogging down.
It does the job, and that's basically what people are going to put their money up. That's what they want. Something's going to do the job and do a good job, and that's DR.
Try out a DR Chipper on your own property risk-free. Call 1-800-454-6500 for your free DR catalog and video. There's no obligation, so call now to receive big seasonal savings. That's 1-800-454-6500 or visit us online at drchipper.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
Currently, the temperature is 65 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Forecast. Your extended forecast.
There will be a couple of travel concerns here as we head into your Saturday, but for the most part, things are looking good on the roadways and if you're heading out by air as well. The big picture here, we have high pressure across the middle of the country. You see that flow of moisture around the high pressure, some clouds across the west, some scattered showers, still a possibility here across the west, but activity really has been decreasing. We have a front that's going to move in across the Midwest. That could help touch off some showers and storms, and that could, of course, impact some of your travel as well. And then into the southeast, we are dealing with Tropical Depression 7 bringing in some moisture here, but very localized. So Savannah, Hilton Head up towards Beaufort, that's where we're seeing the main impact here due to some rain falling there. Now, airports, we're not looking at any big delays breeze here in the morning, so some good news if you're heading out for your summer vacation. As we look at where you could see some impact on the roadways, perhaps across the upper Midwest into the northern plains, some scattered showers and some rain that could be heavier at times here into southeastern Georgia and Carolina. As we look at where we could see thunderstorms, it's back across the west, but as we mentioned, things are really decreasing in intensity, so some good news out here. Things will quiet down for the overnight. Now, the rainfall could be heaviest here across southeastern Georgia, southern South Carolina, where we could see potentially more than 3 inches of rain in very localized areas. We've seen off and on periods of heavy rain where it's decreased in intensity as well, so we'll keep you posted on that, but do pay attention for the potential of flash flooding. We have seen a tremendous amount of rain in this area, not due to the tropical depression, but just due to thunderstorms over the past 2 days, and the ground already saturated, the rivers, the creeks already swollen, so pay attention if you head out into the morning hours, especially before the sun comes up. It's hard to see areas of the road that could be covered by water. Fog could be a concern for you into eastern North Carolina and back into the Ohio Valley as well. Coming up next on the Weather Channel, your weekend outlook.
Deck and patio owners, have you ever been frustrated by the weather on your deck or patio, struggling with the blazing hot midday sun or those unpredictable summer showers?
At last, there's a solution that lets you outsmart the weather. It's the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. And right now, you can get the whole Sunsetter story in this free catalog and video. Inside, you'll discover how the easy-to-use Sunsetter opens in less than 30 seconds to create a comfortable shaded retreat on sunny days or an instant outdoor shelter when sudden showers strike. All at factory direct prices that will save you hundreds of dollars. So, isn't it time you started enjoying your outdoors more, rain or shine? Call for your free Sunsetter catalog and video today.
Call 1-800-662-4343 to receive your free video and catalog on the Sunsetter retractable awning. Call 1-800-662-4343.
We are expecting it to be a wet one for stage 19 here of the Tour de France. Temperatures are going to be in the lower 90s, winds out of the southwest about 10 to 15 miles an hour. What about the beach forecast for us back home? If you're heading to the beach in the southeast, we have an old front that's going to be lingering back across the southeast. Of course, we have a lot of moisture. Tropical Depression 7 that's moving inland as we speak here that will continue to move some moisture, especially here into southeastern Georgia and South Carolina. So the thunderstorm threat will continue here for the beaches from South Carolina back down towards Georgia and the Florida beaches as well. But not the case if you're in the Northeast. What a great weekend to head to the beach. If you're heading out to the Cape, 86 degrees, your expected high temperature here in Hyannis, your expected UV index 9, so make sure you bring along the sunscreen. Water temperatures now up almost near 70 degrees, so about the time where I might put my toe in the water. I like that water temperature up into the middle 80s, and you will find that farther to the south. Unfortunately, though, you will find the chance for some thunderstorms here on your Saturday. As you head from perhaps DC out towards Columbus, Ohio, it's going to be a beautiful Saturday up towards Detroit as well, and back down to the plains where it's going to be hot, but it's going to be dry for your Saturday. Now in the west, we'll see those scattered afternoon showers and storms pop up as usual here, perhaps Albuquerque back up towards Denver, and then up into parts of Wyoming, southern Montana, and eastern Idaho as well. We could see some scattered storms on your Saturday here, stretching across the upper Midwest. As we head into your Sunday, that system spreads into the northeast. The front extends back through the plains. We could see some scattered thunderstorms here, New England back into northern Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and then stretching back across Michigan, Chicago, the chance for some storms for you, and back towards Omaha, even back towards Colorado, some more storms in your forecast as well. But it's going to remain dry from Dallas to Nashville, so a nice weekend shaping up here. Let's talk about your temperatures. Hot continues to be the story here across the plains, triple-digit heat, and the same thing into the southwest. No relief from the heat for you in Phoenix. As we head into your Sunday, the heat actually builds more into the interior parts of the west, with that triple-digit heat returning to the interior parts of Washington state. Stay tuned. Your tropical update coming up.
If you've been thinking about a trimmer on wheels, just listen to this. The all-new DR Trimmer Mower not only trims with ease, mows tall grass without tangling, and cuts brush and even trees up to 3 inches thick. But now, the new DR converts in seconds to edge along walks and garden borders, to aerate your lawn for greener, thicker growth, and to cultivate your garden. There is no other trimmer of any kind anywhere that can do so much so easily for you and your property. Call 1-800-318-4343 for your free DR trimmer mower catalog and video, and to learn about our introductory offer on DR's new powered attachments. There's no obligation, so call now 1-800-318-4343, online at drtrimmers.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Which causes the most fatalities on average per year? Tornadoes, lightning, floods, hurricanes. It's floods. Find out why they're underestimated all next week on Storm Stories. Discover their surprising power. Encounter their devastating speed.
Need to get the mother and the child in the basket now.
Watch a special week of Storm Stories and see for yourself Flood Week, starting Monday at 8 p.m. only on the Weather Channel.
If you think modern hair transplants don't look natural, think again.
Can you believe it? This used to be me.
This picture speaks for itself.
Before, after.
If you want to do something about your hair loss, there's never been a better time to call Bosley for this free information package. Inside, you'll discover how Bosley moves hair from the back of your head to fill in the balding areas.
It's not a hairpiece, it's my own naturally growing hair.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration practice. Utilizing advanced hair transplant techniques, our highly skilled and dedicated staff pride themselves on providing each and every patient with an unsurpassed level of care, so you can be confident of realizing the right results for you. Picture yourself with hair. Call now or visit our website at bosley.com to find out if Bosley is the right choice for you.
One phone call made all the difference in the world.
It's amazing, isn't it? No hair?
Hair. I don't even recognize this guy.
Bosley. The right people, the right experience, the right results.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
It's time for the Tropical Update, and we have the latest update on Tropical Depression 7, just off the southeastern coast of the U.S. Let's look at the latest satellite picture, and it's a relatively small storm. Again, just a tropical depression, winds at 35 miles an hour, so the winds aren't the concern, but as you look at the satellite picture, you can easily pick out where the storm is, where you see the bright purples and the oranges here on the satellite picture. This is where we have a lot of moisture and some showers and storms continuing to move onto into the southeastern Georgia and South Carolina coast. So that will be the big concern with the storm, will be the rainfall. Wind certainly will not be the biggest concern. This storm started as really some rotation here just off the coast of Florida near Palm Beach. It started as rotation in the mid-levels of the atmosphere and has continued to move up towards the north. That rotation came all the way down to the surface, and it did become a tropical depression, now expected to move inland here into the morning hours, bringing with it rain as the main concern. Here's the latest stats here. It's located about 25 miles to the east-southeast of Brunswick, and again, winds at 35 miles an hour, moving towards the north-northwest at 9 miles an hour. Again, rain will be the biggest concern, and we are expecting some places to see over 3 inches more of rain throughout the morning hours. Now, the rain has been heavier off and on at times, so just because it's a light rain right now, don't let your guard down. You could see more heavy rain move on in, and in particular here into South Carolina. This is where we could see some of the main impact. Hilton Head up towards Beaufort, you'll see some heavy rain continuing through the morning hours. Flood watches remain in effect here for much of South Carolina, back down into eastern Georgia as well. And we also have a flash flood warning that remains in effect for Chatham County as well into southeastern Georgia. So as we look at the Atlantic hurricane season, where we are on the names, we've been through the first 4. Tropical Depression 7 will not intensify, and we will not see an Erica out of this one, but we'll keep you posted as we look to the Atlantic and what's happening right now. Overall, some quiet tropical activity. We still see some activity up here into the central Atlantic. This is the remnants of what was Danny, if you remember that, and we're still continuing to keep our eye on the remnants there, but otherwise no activity at this time. Now, as we head back down into the Caribbean, and we are seeing in the Gulf of Mexico, we are seeing some scattered clouds, but really not a lot in the way of active showers and storms. So some good news if you're heading out on a cruise. Puerto Rico, things are looking good for you here as well. Let's take you over into the eastern Pacific, and now we've seen some scattered tropical activity with showers and storms, typical for this time of year across Central America, but at this time we have nothing in development, so some good news here as well. Now we'll take you all the way over into the western Pacific, and here we were watching what was Typhoon Embudo move inshore here. China, Vietnam had the main impact, and we're still watching for the potential of some showers and storms. We will certainly see some reports of some flooding. Some of it could be significant because of all the rain that fell across this region. We'll bring you that story as we get it. Now let's take you back to the States and talk about some relief, perhaps, for the fires across the West. The drought, the heat, and of course the fires. We have an upper level high pressure system across the West, and that brings clockwise flow around it. That continues to bring some monsoonal moisture up here from Mexico, and we see the chance for some showers and storms just about every day here. We also have a front that's moving in through the upper Midwest and the northern plains. That's bringing some cloud cover. That's bringing the increased chance for some showers and storms here across the northern plains. So the cloud cover, the moisture, all helping to keep temperatures down a little bit. Some good news, but we still have numerous areas where we're watching for the drought, the heat, and the threat for forest fires across the West. As we look at the latest situation on the water vapor here, you can see there is some moisture in place across the West, still dealing with the chance for some scattered showers, perhaps into southern Arizona, and then some very scattered activity here, southern Montana, back down into Wyoming. All of this here beginning to quiet down as we head throughout the late night. The other moisture is here into the southeast, as we've talked about, and some storms here spreading over Lake Michigan into western parts of Michigan as we head throughout the next hour or two. We'll take you into your thunderstorm forecast. Again, parts of the upper Midwest, northern plains, and back down into the southwest is where we could see a few storms. Your local forecast, then Weather Center.
Deck and patio owners, have you ever been frustrated by the weather on your deck or patio? Struggling with the blazing hot midday sun or those unpredictable summer showers? At last, there's a solution that lets you outsmart the weather. It's the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. And right now, you can get the whole Sunsetter story in this free catalog and video. Inside, you'll discover how the easy-to-use Sunsetter can help you to enjoy your deck or patio more, rain or shine. In fact, it's like adding a whole extra outdoor room to your home. The easy-to-use Sunsetter is simple to operate, opening almost effortlessly in less than 30 seconds to create an instant outdoor shelter when sudden showers strike, and a comfortable shaded retreat on those hot sunny days. In fact, with Sunsetter,